Hi everyone, this is Dina Cedillo, and today I'd like to share with you a very quick, very simple card that I made using Stampscapes. And I also bought, it was a 12 by 12 piece of paper that's already printed. I bought that from Hobby Lobby. I think it was like 59 cents. The Stampscape stamps I'm going to use today are the Spruce Tree Large and the Leafless Pine Medium. So just two stamps, very simple. I was going to use, how I made this one is I used the Moonlight Duos, those really interesting hybrid inks that I like so much. But my pad's just getting really dry. I've used it so much. I need to either get another one or see about re-inkers. As you can see where I was just playing with it, trying to remember how I did it, you can see how light it's stamped out compared to here. It's just too dry. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll just use my pigment inks. So I'm going to try VersaFine Clair Nocturne, and then I'm going to try the Hero Hues white pigment ink. So let's get started. This is very simple, very quick, very easy. I started out by just stamping out my trees with my VersaFine Clair. And just in case this one is dry, I have a new pad here ready to go. Hopefully this one's not dry. So I'm just going to stamp out my trees. And I do like to give my ink a minute to soak into my paper, especially since I'm not using a positioner of any kind for this. Okay. Maybe make this one a little bit lower. I love how you can just change the level of the stamps and it makes it look like it's a complete, just like you're not even using the same stamp. Let me get this off here. This is making noise. Okay. Let's see. I do want to make sure I leave room for my sentiment up here. I'll put this one a little higher. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then now, I'm just going to stamp my dead looking trees. And again, same thing. Just put them at different heights. I think this one's probably stamping a little bit crooked, which is fine. Yeah. I don't care if they're a little crooked. Nothing in nature is uniform anyway. Let's see, maybe right about there. And I think I'll leave it like that. Okay, so there I've got those images stamped out, very quick and easy. And now all I'm going to do, I'm just going to wash off the stamp. I need to get the VersaFine Clear off of this stamp. That's the only thing that about stamping, I wish they made self-cleaning stamps. Okay, now I'm just going to do the same thing. Just get okay, hopefully this will work. Let's see. Yeah. Just going to put a little tree right here in the front. I think this Hero Hughes Arts pad is also drying out a little bit, see? I'm going to stamp again over there. Let's see if I can get a little more ink on the stamp. Yeah, there. I just needed more ink on it, I guess. And see, I like the way it stamps out like that, because when it stamps out on top of the black tree, it kind of gives it a little shading, and then out here it sort of like gives it a highlight. I really like the way that looks. I think I'm going to put a little bit right there in that one little spot. Okay. And now, I did want to show you something about when I'm stamping my sentiments. I can't ever seem to stamp anything straight. So I'm going to use my positioner, and what I've done, I just got a piece of Scotch tape. Hold on. Okay, I went to get another stamp. All I did was get some Scotch tape. And I know this is really weird, but it actually works. Stuck it on the back of my stamp, And then I positioned where I wanted it, and I just attached, you know, I just attached it. I just stuck it. I positioned it where I wanted on the page, and then I went and picked it up. It's very simple. I know it's weird, but it works for me, and I thought I'd just show you and see if it works for you, if you'd like to try it. And that way I can stamp straight. I've messed up so many of my pictures by stamping a sentiment crooked at the end. Okay, so the other thing I do is I'll use these little post-it notes, and I'll line it up like so. I had already put it on there. I'd already checked it, so you guys didn't have to stay here with me while I went through that whole process of trying to get it straight. Okay, so then I ink it up, you know, at least enough to tell what it looks like. Stamp it on my lined paper, and there, I can see it's straight because of the lines. Okay. Okay, so I cleaned off my stamp. I don't want black pigment ink, I want white pigment ink to show up here. And this also is a Stampscape stamp. They have several sets of word stamps. And I don't remember which set this one is from, but you can go on their website and look. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time because of the word "the" isn't very clear. Okay, now I might even let that dry and come back and do it again. But for now, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, now you can leave it like that, and you've already got a pretty nice little card there. Or if you have a little more time, you can use your white gel pens, and you can go in and add little dots, little highlights on the trees. You know, like the highlights that would be coming off of the star, maybe. And when I made the star, and again, because I can't do things crooked, and you have to be careful or even stamp your sentiment after you do this if you're going to make the star, but I just did it with a ruler. I'll show you real quick. I could try to freehand draw it, but it would come out horribly crooked. So I think I'll make it right there. Okay. And all I did was drew my lines. Gotta get it straight. I just drew my lines. Okay, that was with my bigger, the point of that marker or gel pen is bigger. And then to do the other lines, I went to a smaller one and just used a finer point for the smaller ones. See? Just make however many you like, and I don't think that these have to be even or perfect either. You know, you can make however many you want. And oh, and one other thing I did want to tell you guys. I know a lot of people use hairspray to seal their pictures. But I prefer the workable fixative because it doesn't, this one actually doesn't let it turn yellow. So It's acid free and archival free. So if you are going to save your pictures for a long time, you might consider that. If you're not going to save them or you're just going to give them as cards, hairspray works pretty well. But if you do come in and you do your highlighting and stuff, be careful not to put your hand down on your inks, or they will smear like I did right there. I put my hand down on there and took some of the pigment ink off. So when you're doing it, be careful about that. So I hope you'll give it a try, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks again for watching.